Drafting in full
no.
force here. What can you do?
We weren't ready for it.
We weren't. We were not.
I don't think Go Long were ready for it either,
I don't think...
honestly.
Yeah,
I don't think anyone was ready for it.
I wouldn't have seen this coming. And they won't see the Ricky coming. Isn't it perfect?
Yeah, it is. And oh man, the possibilities of this Team Zero draft are so high.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
But it goes both ways. They have a chance of just getting absolutely stomped by Go Along.
Yeah, I mean, if you're talking about cohesiveness and overall robustness of the draft, Go Along definitely have that, right? They have tower damage with the skeletons, the Weaver can help with that, they have good minus armor, they can get some early Roshas if they would want, they have decent team fight with the Bruce Split and the Coil and the AA Blast, everything you could want to feel like in this lineup, a Weaver that can get aggressive. Yeah, I mean, all my logic, everything I know about Dota tells me that this Go Along lineup should win here on paper. But I can't help it. It's a Ricky carry. That's so cool. I mean, I know mid one picked it on secret in the mid lane, but this is carry Ricky. When's the last time we saw this?
It's been a hot minute. I mean, I've not seen it in this region yet, you know, but we've seen it a little bit in SA. Not very successfully, mind you, but I've seen it a little bit in other regions.
Yeah.
So we'll see. I'm willing to be very much impressed by the CTY Ricky.
I am too. And I mean, he already had some moments where he did impress us, no doubt. But this isn't your conventional carry, right? It's a pause one hero that wants to get active, wants to get these kills. Can't really farm in the traditional way. Looks like there's a tussle in the top side. ZZQ, he's hiding in the trees. They don't know he's there. Or maybe they do. They'll find him.
Yeah, they do.
There's the Ice Vortex. Outsider actually levels that up, and there'll be a first blood on the Treant Protector. It looks like the Brewmaster might be killed off. CTY hot on his heels, and with a second Blink Strike, he'll find it. Both pause ones claim kills. I think that overall that goes over slightly in favor to Go Along just because of that slight gold disparity and the fact that the Brewmaster sticks around for that EXP as well. Should be a 2-for-2 rune trade though to start us off, but I mean, giving once that additional experience isn't gonna, and gold isn't gonna help you out very much as the Brewmaster. As a Night Stalker, right? You're not necessarily the best in lane. We already talked about this AA Wraith King matchup, and Muerta's gonna have a lot of work to do.
So I do want to mention one thing about that last fight before we move on to this early stage of the lanes. Muerta, with just the calling and right clicks, did 857 damage in that fight.
It's a dumb ability. It's really such a dumb ability.
It's so nutty.
And she's just gonna level it up first and use it to trade against Outsider, who has gotten the Ice Vortex level 1. A very interesting sort of selection here, but really didn't have a choice, right? Needed to spot out the Treant Protector. That's what lets him the first blood. But ends up being pretty interesting because Outsider, he wants to stand on the sidelines and just pepper the Night Stalker with auto attacks. And the only way he can be contested is if Ice walks up here and starts shooting him back. The second you put the Ice Vortex down with the damage that it deals, it suddenly creates this no-fly zone in the lane that you can't really play into. You can't even stand and trade. You just need to back up.
Yeah, and Outsider's gone for a really cool starting item with that Blightstone. So I wouldn't be surprised to see that be built into a Medallion of Courage. Weaver is a hero that can build it as well, but you know, if AA wants to build it, all the power to him. This Blightstone is really good starting on your lane. Muerta does not have the highest base armor, and Night Stalker is surprisingly one of the better armored strength heroes. With 6 starting armor, but still, yeah, the Blightstone, it's gonna go a long way. And here's that Chilly Feet already coming into play with that Wraithfire Blast on that.
Yeah, the Cold Feet gonna proc, and Ice with that stick narrowly surviving, but the Skeletons finish her off. We talked about the potency of this lane and the kill potential comes to fruition here. Nets themselves another on this Wraith King. So again, can't stress how strong this Cold Feet stun combo is gonna be. And you just can't create the distance far enough, even with the calling slowing them down.
Yeah, it's one of those situations where you might have to be saving your dead shot, which does not feel good. You know, you want to be using that ability off cooldown.
Uh-oh. Once, out on this top side, didn't have quite a lot of HP to work with. The last shot, not enough with thanks to that tower armor. And we'll munch on that Tango, try and get back up to healthy levels. Outsider still has quite a bit of resources, but there's quite a big wave coming into his tower. Doesn't want to lose this. I can't actually approach because if Ice Ice walks out with one dead shot, it's gonna be curtains for him.
Ice Ice has to be careful. It's very hard to trade with Outsider with this Blightstone and a Blood Grenade as well. He could throw it and kill off this Morita. Has to Sal. Very good call by Ice Ice.
Yeah, uh-oh. Oh, your courier's just gonna go down. That's a sentry down. Thankfully, nothing super valuable, like maybe the boots or something like that. But still, gonna sting. Not gonna be able to deward this camp here that very much love to pull it. The mid lane, both these laners have just been tussling with each other. I'm so scared that the kill's gonna go wide because they're so low. Ooh, look at that. 70 pump faking the blink there, just striking fear into Wymo's heart. Just been hammering at each other. Just a slight CS advantage for now for this Queen of Pain at the early stage. Is this too surprising for you? I mean, Puck versus Quap, that's a classic mid lane matchup, right?
Yeah, you know, it's weird because I haven't seen this matchup in a while, but it is a classic Dota 2 matchup, right? These are the mid heroes that, to end all mid heroes, it's very rare to see these heroes in any other role. You know, there was a brief stint with Quap 4 and a brief stint of offlane Puck as well, ages ago. But that was way, that was, you know, back in my day.
CTY, big one, helps him get out of here. The second little blink strike as well, he'll be fine. ZZQ comes back in. That's always the tricky thing, right, with a pause one, because you know while your support's trying to get a pull off, you want to try and still soak EXP, but that's where the off-lane duo will strike. And we miss a kill here. It's solo. 7E finishes off the park. A 1-to-1. Just outskill in the mid lane.
Interestingly enough, we talked about this Treant build last game. ZZQ has gone for a 1-1-1. And I don't know if I like this, Sneeze.
Okay, I mean, the Moreta's gonna go down top side, whether you like it or not. We can talk more about the Treant in a bit, but this is just the situation of this lane, right? We're gonna have to keep an eye out. Now, it is gonna almost be nighttime, which means the Hunter in the night is allowing Beyond to traverse this lane a lot more comfortably. But they've already given up so many kills to this Wraith King AA duo.
Yeah.
Yeah, ZZQ, like you mentioned, this build, I'm going for the early level in the living armor. What about it don't you like?
Well, dead shot, back top. We have a little bit more aggression up there. As we just keep talking about the opposite lane, Sneeze.
Yeah,
but
the curse.
Yeah, obviously, you know, the little things. Once, well, I'll talk about the Treant in a second. I just want to quickly gloss over Once's phase boots.
I don't even know where you want to go. I've been padding between both lanes. You gotta give me some direction. Okay, yeah, the phase boots. What about it?
It's just really good into Muerta Night Stalker, right? Sometimes we don't see the phase boots on Wraith. A lot of the times we do, but sometimes people go for brown boots, treads, you know. But the phase boots really good this game. So very heads up by the Wraith King. But yeah, I don't know. Back to the Train Protector. He's not doing a whole lot of protecting, you know.
I mean, he's doing a whole lot of killing. That's why it's gonna happen. Once goes down, and they can't follow up on the bugs. Just clean that up. That's the stalking phase for you, Beyond. This is the moment he's been waiting for. He's so happy for the next 4 minutes here. You gotta try and make the most of this first nighttime. Wouldn't be surprised to see a Queen of Pain rotation up to this top side. Unfortunately, loses the 50-50 on that rune for now.
It might get once again.
Gonna try. He TP's back into this lane. Where have we seen this story before? Beyond, feeling very, very strong at his prime right now. Should be able to finish off ZZQ though. That dead shot, don't know what that was supposed to hit. And TK looking for another Shikuchi, doesn't have it for another 4 seconds. But oh, the Cobalt! It disarms him and TK will be fine because of it. Are you kidding me? Unbelievable. The Cobalt just smacks Beyond a little bit and says, yeah, no more violence in my house.
Neutral creeps are sometimes the MVPs that you don't expect.
Yeah.
You know, it just goes to show fighting near those camps.
Rifkin Skeleton makes it all the way to the mid lane just to punch 7E like twice. Get out of here.
Top lane, Beyond continues the aggressive plays behind the tier 1 tower, thanks to this ward enabling a lot of the aggression. With the tower falling, Beyond was free to move on towards Outsider.
Yeah, I mean, we were talking a bit about the Wraith King and the AA combo, but crucially, it's just Ice Ice going down here. It's not beyond, right? He's relatively been able to keep his levels up, get his level 6, and right now with the Dark Ascension online, he can further extend this first nighttime, and that can get really scary for the puck. Now the TP's coming through, they want to kill the Brewmaster off before he hits that level 6, they'll start the go. ZZQ's down here as well, found the off angle, onto Killer. 7E blinking forward, but the response, Wymo is here and wants to turn it around. There's a big stick on the tree and it's not going to be enough though. They'd love to get the Queen of Pain. Still needs one more blink. Manages to get it off. Last hit. Not going to land from outsider because of that. And TK looking to still chase him down with the Shikuchi. Knows he's back here. 7E just has to tuck, but meanwhile, the fight has just subsided here. TK still hunting the earn charge. Another blink available with last hit, 5 HP on 7E. ZZQ able to just refill that bottle. They do lose Ice Ice on this front side though, and now, CTY. That's not really the target you want to give away, but he doesn't have a lot of mana, doesn't have a lot of resources to work with. Has to throw down the smoke screen, but no one to jump to. All he has are targets. Beyond has finally shown up to this fight. It's the peak of nighttime. And he doesn't have mana for the Dark Ascension. Looks like the silence will end before finishing off. Wymo throwing out the orb and the John, surviving for now, off to the side, but will get cleaned up by the Remnants. Beyond gets killed. Now Killer has the primal split if he so chooses, and he's gonna immediately toss that one out. Should be quick work onto ZZQ. The Astral Pull finishes him off, and TK will be the one to claim that. Absolute carnage in this bot side, and I don't even think it's done. Queen of Pain blinks in. I mean, how long has this fight been going already? It has to be at least 2 minutes. But finally, the aggression subsides? I mean, it'll subside in force now because of that pause, but man.
Everyone needs a break after that one. They're like, okay, let's chill, guys. Hold on a minute.
Yeah. I'm gonna take some moment to breathe, but man, what? Break that down for me. What just happened? Like, what inspired all of them to just run it down here?
Dota right now is all about numbers. The numbers game is very, very strong. As soon as Quap rotated, Puck realized, I need to be there too. And Night Stalker was like, hey, hold on a minute. That's a really good idea. I can teleport in as well. Night Stalker goes in, and this fight just continues and continues. Ice Ice dies and respawns. The Muerta's all of a sudden back. But I think the big winner of it all kind of was Go Along here, as making a lot of space for this Wraith King up top who's farming up a Midas.
Yeah, I mean,
the only sad part about that is you lose your puck.
Yeah, losing Wymo there is a little bit rough, but we've talked about it before. A lot of mid laners have kind of transcended into this more space making, maybe harking us back to the days of old where it's off laners who have the farm priority, and that's definitely the case for Team Zero right now. Beyond, he ends up going down here in the bot side, but he didn't waste the Dark Ascension, right? He was just in there in the fight, claimed a couple of nice kills, able to finish off the puck at least before he went down, and he's sitting at the top of the net worth right now. This is a Night Stalker, mind you, relatively unbothered, and you can just imagine that second, third nighttime, they're gonna hit real hard and Go Along. I mean, when you have a Night Stalker on top of you, maybe with a blink, your Brewmaster's not even going Midas, he's going straight Radiance, just to try and amplify his impact here. I mean, this Night Stalker is gonna be a real problem.
I don't know necessarily how I feel about that Radiance rush on Killa.
I guess it's because, look, normal Brewmaster build up, you build the Urn, you build the Midas, and then you slowly work your way up towards the Radiance. I don't know whether it's flying out to him on the courier or whether he's just skipped it entirely. It doesn't seem like they have an Urn. I guess the Urn's on the Weaver, that's why.
TK has it, yeah. Just a little awkward, I don't know.
It does feel that way. In many ways, Urn is like the perfect Brewmaster small item, right?
Yeah.
Nice. Here's the Veil into the tree lines. Will get spotted out by that Vortex though as Killer continuing to run forward, but Muerta will be fine here. 7E spotted out with this ward, and they have a coil available. We'll just pop that out. No split, but the Ice Blast is there and breaks it right on top. Too much magic damage for this poor Queen of Pain to contend with. Dark Ascension will be popped. They've used quite a lot to commit onto 7E here, and they'll lose Wymo Beyond with the last touch. That crippling fear lasts forever, and you can refresh it with the Dark Ascension. Beyond getting himself a double. I mean, this is the big bad Night Stalker we're talking about here. Come on, he's hitting for like, what, 180 damage per punch?
Yeah.
That is. I don't know how you can deal with that.
you know, it's a little weird, but this is the hardest part item-wise. The hardest part of the game for Night Stalker is getting to that Echo Saber.
Yeah.
Right. It just feels like sometimes if you don't get off to a good start, it is such a slow build-up. But beyond, he doesn't care. He's off to a great start. So an early Echo Saber for him, 10 minutes up, Echo Saber is available.
You know. Okay, I'm a big Night Stalker fan. You know what's my favorite build? My favorite build is Midas Shard Night Stalker. Actually makes you a farming machine. Like,
Okay,
even in daytime,
sure.
because you can just keep going on creeps, the attack speed's yummy for when you're in Dark Ascension and whatnot. I would be very surprised if we don't see him go for a shard, because that just pure reset potential. I'm pretty sure he can eat a skeleton in the fight as well, and just, it's basically a mini cheese, right? That's on like a 15-second cooldown. It's kind of nutty. Just need to make sure that you're not, you know, tagged up by the AA blast when you use that. If not, you're gonna get a net zero of nothing.
And you know, maybe this is why the AA, maybe this is why ZZQ isn't going for the max armor or the max leech seed. Putting a second point into Nature's Grasp now. I don't know, Sneeze. I'm liking this less and less.
I think it's just kind of obvious that they need some sort of wave clear by hook or by crook, and there isn't really anyone else to be able to do that, right? The 3 cores aren't really the best at clearing waves, unless you count the Queen of Pain basically submitting herself into the wave itself just to do that. Killer actually gonna pop the primal split. The overgrowth comes out. It's a little bit awkward though, and it's only level 1, so it doesn't hold them back for long. This kill on the Beyond will be huge. Tagged up by the AA blast and not enough HP to survive that. He'll go down. And now they're on to ZZQ as well. I mean, this should be a very easy Treant Protector death as well. And I mean, he goes down, time-lapse out, gets the Weaver out of there. And nice moves from TK here to enable the squad. More earn charges his way.
We talked about the strength of Team Zero being in their supports. I think Go Along is in a very similar boat, right? TK right now is on, what, a mega kill spree? 5-0 and 5-2 on the AA. These supports have been around for 10 of the 14 kills.
Uh-oh, mid lane, Wymo. Last little bit of HP still manages to survive, and now turning it around against the Queen of Pain. The last screen blocked by the infused raindrops. What a value pickup there for the Puck. And now onto CTY. They can see this, Ricky, but no, not anymore. The dust was in the pocket for Outsider, unfortunately. They won't be able to get that pause 1 kill, but they'll be very happy with not only keeping their Puck alive. Queen of Pain going down. Now, it seems like the Brewmaster randomly got picked off here all by himself by Beyond, so a little bit awkward, but you know, you're not too sad about that. It's not like you had split to use anyway, but he's inching his way closer and closer to that Sacred Relic crash.
Yeah, and this will be a big build-up for Killa, right? He didn't go for the Midas, didn't go for the Urn, so his first item being Radiance, it's gotta come at a decent timing. You know, you can't be getting, and it will be, right? It should be, at least, as long as it doesn't get picked off like 1 or 2 more times. It should be a decently timed Radiance, because if it gets later than 20 minutes, you're really, really hurting.
Yeah, we'll have to see whether he's able to finish that one up quick. He did forgo the Midas, so maybe a bit lacking in the levels department, but amidst all this chaos once again, has his way in the Midas, has already a item flying out to him, not sure what that is. It's the Armlet. So because the Brewmaster's going for the Radiance, he's opted for the Armlet instead. It's pretty good armor against the Riki as well as the Night Stalker. I mean, hell, even the Mueta before the Pierce the Veil, that's gonna be a lot of damage that he's just tanking up. More of a traditional Wraith King build here. How are you feeling about this?
I think it's really good. I think we're going to see a Deso next from once. And yeah, I just clicked on him. That's exactly what he has queued up. I love this build. This is the tried and true Wraith King build of the days of old, I think. You know, it's just the fish and crits. The old, you know, it's just big damage, big crits.
Good front lining as well, right? Once
yeah,
he's going to be able to stand in front and actually deliver. Anyone who comes a bit too close to him are just going to eat a big smack from his sword. Let's consider CTY has yet to really find himself in the thick of these engagements, more so on the receiving end. Has had to flee. Smokes out from both sides. They want to get aggressive on the back of this Diffusal and Atos timing. But once as well, Armlet, he'll feel more than comfortable putting up a fight. Might just have to get the shot early by himself just to make sure the reincarnate goes off. Oh, they spot CTY thanks to that little observer and sentry combo. They'll just blow him up completely. He doesn't stand a chance there. Kind of one of the weaknesses of Riki, right? He's not too happy to just be farming by himself. He wants to get aggressive and get in their faces. And I mean, get in their faces, they blow you up.
Yeah, Riki needs to be hunting with his team, though. Unfortunately, Team Zero weren't in any position to fight. Beyond is farming up a Blink Dagger. So he's not wanting, well, he should be wanting to fight now that it's nighttime, but he wasn't wanting to fight right there and then. Ice just finished up the Rod of Atos, so can start joining in these fights, but it's really up to this mid laner, 7E, to start making the moves with the Riki, with the Muerta, and the Night Stalker, all these heroes. But if your co-op's not there, you're really low on damage.
Yeah. 7E working on already as that Kaya looks to be pivoting into an early Aghanim Scepter here. And there's a lot of damage that can come out of the Queen of Pain, like you mentioned. That's kind of what she's relied upon for. Meanwhile, bot side, Beyond popping that Dark Ascension. They'll finish off Killer, not allowing him to get that Primal Split off. And honestly, I don't think he would have wanted to anyway, right? It's not really a feasible use of the ultimate here. They've already committed the Dark Ascension. There's no one in the area. Grab 2 for themselves here. It's actually a mega kill streak on this AA that goes over to Beyond. So that's quite a decent chunk of change. Oh, and they found once. Uh-oh. Yeah, I mean, this Wraith King, he'll still stand his ground and punch him. But with the shot from ZZQ, they'll just work down this first life. TK takes down the Riki, though, and they're not able to even get once a first time. A bit unfortunate situation here. Go along striking on the opposite end of the map here with the Coil and the Weaver. CTY, he just has not had a very successful game so far on this Riki.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
And this is the hero that we are really looking at to be the aggressive, not to be the aggressive, but be the make or break of the Team Zero team. And right now, it's starting to look more like a break than a make, Sneeze.
Yeah, he's definitely not making his way towards anything. Desperately crawling in terms of net worth towards that Manta. Already talked about the Riki not being the fastest farmer. And with, I mean, hell, he's level 10. He doesn't even have many levels in the Tricks of the Trade. That would be what I imagine is the main farming tool for him here. I mean, so often we see these Rikis get maybe even Battle Furies just to amplify themselves up. CTY is going to be struggling for a bit longer. This mid lane is so dangerous for him. The Riki can't really jungle, so he has to be in these lanes. But look at the amount of sentries just peppered around these areas. Uh-oh.
CTY.
Oh, no.
Again.
Wymo. I see a Coil and they see a Riki right now. Play around with them, get a shield rune. That should nullify any aggressive attempts towards him for at least a little while. And it is still nighttime, so I'm surprised that Beyond isn't looking for something else, especially with that Blink Dagger completed.
The time is ticking for this Night Stalker. Go along nighttime, they don't care. They're going to make an aggressive smoke.
Finds ZZQ. They don't care. They'll throw out a Coil for him. That's an easy pickup. Beyond does blink in though. I'm not very sure that's where you want to be. TK and Killer started to chase down the Night Stalker, but this is his territory. This is his time. You can't really catch up to a Night Stalker. With hooves like that, I mean, he's running to the winds.
I hate it. I hate it.
I'm sorry.
Get it out. Get it out of my games, please.
They're still trying though. Beyond should have full vision that this aggressive maneuver is coming, and TK reaching into the backside. No Coil, no problem. They'll still keep going. Nice calling. Holds him in place, but not going to stop Killer from popping this Primal Split. They're onto the Night Stalker. They want to take him down. He's the highest net worth hero on the side of Team Zero, and they single him out and take him down. Ice looking to be the next target. There comes the boulder. There comes the stun. And nowhere for Muerta to run here. CTY, he's here as well, but if they just put down a sentry, oh, he has to be so careful. Oh no, they spot him.
You saw him.
They caught a glimpse.
Escape.
Yeah, he has to get out of here.
Get out of there, Riki.
Yikes. Yeah. Radiance complete for Killer once. Has the Desolator working on that blink, and this is Go Along's moment of power.
Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
They're pretty free to take Roshan right now. It's about to be daytime. Dark Ascension's still on cooldown for 90 seconds. There's a little bit of a window for Go Along to sneak their way inside of Roshan's pit.
A 7E, another quiet one from him so far. He finally has the Aghanims, and maybe that's kind of what he was waiting for. You gotta imagine so, because I honestly, I don't know how much time he has left. The key thing with the Night Stalker that makes it so potent is that within nighttime, you're basically ready to go whenever, right? But on the flip side, very double-edged hero for the very concept that he's built upon. These next 5 minutes are gonna be just go along's time to shine. You have maybe 1 or 2 Dark Ascensions through it, sure, but if you're not able to really claw ahead on that these engagements, maybe secure a big fight or even get once. I mean, he has yet to even really be pressured out in this game. You're gonna be in a lot of trouble. They can just keep this. They can keep this snowball rolling. They already have a 4k gold lead with this Roche kill. I imagine it's gonna jump up another 1. Yeah. And actually it's ages onto Killer. Very, very interesting stuff.
You want to see interesting, dude? Look at Wymo's current build, and look what he's going to be building.
Oh wow. Is that a maelstrom? I see. I mean, I've seen this more and more in the pucks, right? With the DPS potential coming out from the eventual. Is it the Shard or is it the Aghanims? Oh no, it's both.
No, it's yeah.
Yeah. DPS puck is real.
It is. It won't be going Deso this game, unfortunately. It can't be. Can't have everything you want, but.
Yeah.
The Gleipnir is such a cool pickup for Wymo. It's not too often I see Gleipnir being built up anymore just because of how much it's fallen out of favor, but it's pretty good this game, right? It's good at scouting out and locking down the Treant Protector. Great against the Quap and Ricky as well.
Yeah, these heroes that just want to be free and uninhibited in the fights. No more blinking for you, no more sneaky tricks of the trade action. You're just gonna stay right here and we're gonna kill you. I mean, it's set up for the AA as well, right? It means that he doesn't always just have to throw out the Dream Coil just to make a kill happen. Being able to hang on to that maybe for a key target like the Queen of Pain is definitely what he wants to try and do. Grandmaster on this puck here.
Silence.
Master even, not quite Grandmaster.
Grandmaster is the level 30, right?
Yeah.
Oh, my bad.
You're crazy, dude.
Oh, 70.
Oh,
He might be crazier. Has a regen rune, but nowhere to run. Gets popped by the AA blast and taken down by Wymo. This puck has really come online now. And Queen of Pain, we were hoping for a little bit of a showing with that Aghanims. Not that kind of showing where you blink in front of them and just keel over.
I don't know what that was, man. Just 70 blinks right in under puck, and Wymo, no hesitation with that coil.
Yeah.
Right, as soon as he sees Quap initiate like that, bam, coil, bam, bam.
Oh, they're going straight in, blink on to Beyond, forcing that Dark Ascension out. He needs to escape. If not, this will be all for naught. Manages to fly his way over the cliff here and no additional lockdown. Wymo didn't have that coil, already used it earlier on. They'll just settle for a top tier 1 though, and they can just keep the push going, right? Brewmaster Aghanims, he ain't afraid of the thing.
And with that Dark Ascension on cooldown now, and it about to be daytime, it is not feeling too good for the Night Stalker. Doesn't have that BKB yet either. Another 2 minutes, maybe you'll start feeling good, but that's 2 minutes to go along and have free reign over your map.
All falling into place here for the go-along game plan. Like we said, it's this moment of power between the 20 to 25 minute mark. You only have maybe, what, 2 Dark Ascensions? And one of them already wasted just to retreat. Not a good look here as the gold lead continues to ramp up. They'll get the Tormentor for Killer, which means an early exit from the Primal Split. Or whenever he wants, that is going to be very difficult to deal with. He's just got to Primal Split up to the high ground. Start working on this tower, force the glyph out. He is taking quite a bit of damage on the Brewlings. Might wanna, I don't know, might wanna kite or something. Okay, you know, you do what you wanna. You have the Aegis, you're not bothered. I respect it. Gonna come through though once. The blink up. Didn't have the mana for the Pierce the Veil, but that is way too deep. So they're fine with that. Do a bit of damage to the tower, force the glyph out, and they'll retreat. Kind of an interesting move here.
Nighttime too. Yeah, you just gotta respect the nighttime as well. You don't have necessarily the best high ground right now. Obviously, Wraith King is fine, but you want maybe gotta pick off first, and especially that 7E. He was picking off. He was killing off the creep wave. So that was your kind of last hurrah there with Split running out, with you know, just no pick off either. Nice disciplined play from Go Along.
Yeah. I mean, this is the Team Zero that really brought IG to the limit here, it felt like in that last game as well. Sure, the third game ended up being a bit more of a stompy situation, but up until that point, I think they were really putting them to the test, forcing them to draft a bit more creatively and adapt. And yeah, Team Zero, they have no shortage of surprises up their sleeves here. And we've yet to see this Riki really come into play. I'm sure they have some sort of idea about how to utilize it. Just hasn't worked out so far. They're making use of the Manta style illusions to just harass down Outsider right now. Very annoying. But with the gem, if the real Riki were to ever pass him by or kill her at this point, it would be in big trouble.
Beyond.
Starts the fight with the BKB reveal, Dark Ascension as well. They want to finish off the Brewmaster. Doesn't have the Aegis anymore, and he's gonna go down. ZZQ might suffer the same fate though, as CTY jumping in, but Wymo has that Hurricane Pike just pushes CTY away. Jumping forward now on 7E, starting to kite out the Wraith King. Beautiful toggle, keeping him alive for now though. They'll turn around and slice down on these illusions, taking down the first life. Now Beyond on the high ground, chasing down the puck, and we're seeing why. They're showing so much respect to Beyond and this nighttime. This might just be the start of their nightmare here. If Killer buying back here in this situation goes down again, Beyond still playing with them, blinking away after forcing that AA's Ghost Scepter.
That's great use of your spells from Team Zero. That was like the first fight that I feel like they were actually using all of their spells correctly.
Yeah.
Night Stalker jumps in, silences the puck. Riki jumps in onto the puck. These two heroes are very much able to kill off puck by themselves. Outside of the Hurricane Pike, once you're silenced up on puck, you have no real defensive way of getting out of there.
Yeah. Team Zero, they they can still catch you your pants down. The BKB from Beyond, I think that's not what they expected. And Killer feeling a bit too comfortable, right? With that Aegis expiring, you can imagine that's exactly the timing they were waiting for.
Yeah, down to the second, really. Like,
yeah.
they counted that down. They were watching for sure.
Okay, so where does that put us now? Because if we take a look at, take stock of the situation, still a gold lead for Go Along here. The puck, unfortunately, on the sidelines just gets singled out by the Night Stalker. It really just feels like if Go Along are able to fight around key high ground vision that they can establish, they'll be in a good spot. But that was just possibly the most awkward spot they could fight, right? There were so many little angles for Beyond to fly off into the trees. ZZQ started that with a nice overgrowth coming out from the shadows with the shard as well. You know, you just need to make sure you're standing in areas that you can control vision of. Put down these sentries, spot out CTY, and find Beyond and kill him off early. They're gonna be straight on to Killer again. You can't afford to lose this Brewmaster bright and early. Will force him out, and the silence, is it gonna be enough? Can he get the split off? The answer is no. Brewmaster hits the deck, and that's a dieback for this offlaner. You root up the puck, and the dead shot sends him flying as well. The AA Ice Blast right on top of the Queen of Pain though. A bit too aggressive for 7E, and he goes down. Regrouping now on Go Along, and
too far on this, on both of these heroes that have died. Actually, you know, no respect for the enemy team from the Brewmaster and Quab. You know, no respect as well. It blinks right into 3 heroes. They didn't even get a chance to pop that BKB. Maybe just finished it. Maybe that's why. But because there's more than an opportunity to use that BKB. So. TK in once. Down bottom. They were almost passing by Beyond. I don't think they have kill potential anyways, but maybe they could have actually. Maybe
it's kind of sad that this Wraith King picked up the Desolator like what, second item, and then still hasn't been able to get a single charge on it. It's very unfortunate stuff here.
Look at this itemization from Go Along though. Wymo with that BKB build up. TK's doing the exact same thing. Almost has the BKB. Just 400 gold away. I'd be surprised to say if AA would be going for 1-2 instead. Gonna go for the Guardian Greaves.
Yeah.
And a little bit more sustain to keep his team up. Help him survive against this Night Stalker. A little bit of Purge as well. A little bit of Purge action go a long way.
Yeah, good armor versus the Riki as well, right? Just for the whole squad. So anything that can just keep Killer alive until the silences wear off. This Brewmaster hasn't been able to get his split off in the fight so far. That's been a big detrimental factor to the team fight ability of Go Along. Quietening down now though, I kind of feel like Team Zero, the longer they kind of drag this out, the more little pick-off opportunities they'll have. Aghanim Scepter completed for CTY on this Riki now. His tricks of the trade are really gonna start hurting. I've been getting chased down though, and that's a dust change coming to play, scattering the entire area full of vision. And they lock the Riki down. He has nowhere to run. He's gonna break out that cold feet, but he's gonna shatter in front of their face. Killer, living up to his name there with the Primal Split commitment, takes down the enemy position 1.
TK getting lots of vision down here. Right onto Beyond they go.
BKB pop though, once again a defensive Dark Ascension getting out of there.
And once again, that's going to be a little bit of a window for Go Along, as long as they don't lose too many heroes here.
Managed to fall staff out outsider, but the Scream committed just to finish off the AA. 70 uses the BKB as well, but basically that's the end of that fight. Nothing else you can really find there.
One still has his BKB. Wymo's here to join the fight as well.
Yeah, I don't know.
Go Along could still take a fight with Riki dead, although he is respawning with that teleporter close by, right? You can always teleport
but it's
to that
daytime.
outpost. Oh, that's true, and they know the Dark Ascension has been used. 80 seconds, no Dark Ascension. 40 seconds without the BKB. Roshan's about to be up as well and Go Along. They've got an inkling. They know exactly what's going on.
Yeah, they understand that that's kind of the weakness of the Night Stalker. No Dark Ascension. Bye-bye. You know, the map is ours. They'll just wait around. It should respawn right in front of their faces there. There you go. They're just going to pick up this easy second Aegis. Let's get it started here on TK and Wymo. A lot of physical and magical damage along with the Solar Crest. BKB actually done for the Weaver, which means he's going to be able to dip and dive outside and fight with ease.
Yep. Wymo as well.
Yeah.
And once. These 3 BKBs are very, very clutch. And Killa, he's going to be building one of his own too. Almost has it.
Yeah. This is the
And
timing.
does have it now.
Go Along. They're ready to strike with these BKBs and invulnerability on the Brewmaster. Even if he doesn't get the split off the first time, he'll have a second chance to do it. Very, very scary situation for Team Zero, as the high ground defense not necessarily the most inspiring. The Queen of Pain can do a lot of damage with the Aghanim's dagger.
Yeah.
Gonna have to rely on a huge
it's kind of
overgrowth.
disgusting.
Yeah. It's a nasty ability. It doesn't feel it doesn't feel legal, to be honest with you.
No, it's one of those things where you kind of have to push in multiple lanes at once, because Quap will most certainly clear the creep wave that you're pushing in with.
Well, they definitely have the tools to do that with TK as well as the Pop being able to split push.
And Killer with those BOTs, right? He can split push this bottom lane and then just join his team wherever, whenever.
They like to be together, I heard.
I hope so. They like to go along together, even.
Yeah. It doesn't seem like that in any rush to try push this high ground though. Bot side, TK spotting out Ice Ice. Actually pops the BKB to fight inside the calling. The full squad will show up. Outsider comes through. Damn, that is just like a drive-by. Outsider comes through the twin gate, blasts him straight in the head like... Alright, good, get out of here, you know, you're done.
Yeah.
Can you imagine someone just shows up next to you with a shotgun made of ice?
Some
That's rough.
Ice maybe? Ice with the Ice on Ice?
Okay, thank you.
Even? Yeah.
Yeah, alright.
Radiant's
got
middle
you.
tower
There's a lot of ice this game, I'm just saying, dude.
Okay. I mean, right now, once... Not gonna be bothered about that. He's walking up to the high ground. AC complete. Gonna further resist a lot of the damage that Ricky's been putting out. I mean, I say a lot of the damage that Ricky's been putting out. Ricky hasn't been putting out a lot of damage. Ricky has yet to really be involved, if we're being honest here. As now, the tower's under siege. This is the make or break moment, it feels like, for Team Zero. They need to come out with something creative. Whether they cut the creep wave, whether they win this team fight, they need to Go Along away from their structures. The Solar Crest on the Wraith King and the Primal Split committed. They have a glyph and they'll start the defense. Throw out these daggers. Here comes Beyond on the back line looking for the AA. Nullifier complete, which means, oh no, Outsider, he needs to create the distance, but with that BKB charge, it'll be enough. Beyond is gonna go down though, likely. The last touch once finds him. There's a Scream on the front line and Killer losing his first life as well. There's gonna be able to BKB out of there. Still has the cheese in the back pocket, and they'll keep it going here.
Steve, I don't want to be the bearer of bad news, my friend, but Wymo's the one with the Aegis.
Oh, oh no, that's even better. The Park gonna continue forward. That's not bad news at all. That is great news as they continue forward, but 7E! Holy, the amount of damage coming out from that Aghanims is gonna do them in here. The Brewmaster goes down, and suddenly, is this gonna be enough? Backline ZZQ catches them with an overgrowth, forcing the BKB TP out from once. And 7E, the big hero of that fight, the Kaya as well as the Axe, just doing so much work and blows them all up. Losing the Aegis.
All the skeletons as well.
Yeah, must have been. I just gotta see these damage numbers.
I know, like, I'm waiting for the fight recap. Yeah, dude, look at Quap. 8,668 damage.
Bruh.
Oh my god.
Yikes. I don't know. This is... How do you even push up against that?
I don't have the answer for you, Sneeze, because I've been foiled so many times by this Quap Ags. Like, I distinctly remember playing a game where I had this Quap on the enemy team build first item Aether Lens, and we were laughing. We were like, oh, this is so funny, ha ha ha, we're winning.
This guy's an idiot. He doesn't know what he's doing.
Yeah, it's like 35 minutes, just like this. We're pushing high ground. Bam, Ag's done, and we're like, oh, we can't see the Quap. We can't push.
I mean, even if you can see the Quap, things get so scary, right? You imagine you blink in straight into a smoke screen overgrowth, keep you there. This is a very hard lineup to commit into, and things have gotten suddenly very hairy. We talked about this being the moment of power for Go along with their BKBs, and you've revealed them. You've got a couple of kills, but this Quap, you know, she's still doing her work here. Fight brewing out in the bot side. Killer forced to pop the BKB. Still has a split, but they haven't found a thing just yet. Beyond gonna come through and force that split. They're still trying to chase down the Ricky. CTY on the back line. But here comes the Nullifier. They finish out Outsider. No chance for this AA to strike. They're screaming down the park as well. He jaunts away, pops the BKB himself, and suddenly, huge overgrowth holding the rest of the side to Go along in place. They take down the Wraith King. They take down the park as well. It's gonna come back for the second life. Stun up onto a BKB Queen of Pain. That's not what you want. Ice Ice trying to do damage out on the high ground. CTY is still around, but the TP forced out from this Wraith King. And the Brewmaster, unfortunately, he has the cheese in the back pocket, but he won't be quite as lucky. He's gonna go down as well. The pick apart, the dance around and beyond keeps coming through on the back line, singling out that AA. There was no ice blast in that fight.
No, AA did absolutely nothing that fight, and Weaver had very little impact as well. Pops the BKB and popped the time lapse, but there was no impact from the Weaver. Did 500 damage. That's what, 2 Shikuchis and a right click? That's nothing.
Yeah.
You need a lot more. You want something like the Stream Protector. ZZQ. Yeah. I mean, was that a 5-man overgrowth, a 4-man overgrowth? Doesn't matter.
4-man overgrowth,
exactly what you needed, right? And it was just beautiful coming out from this Stream Protector. He does die for it, but you know, you're happy with that anyways. And these wards once again from Team Zero, you know, it goes uncontested again.
Yeah, planted them in the middle of the fight, allowing them to have just perfect vision of the engagement, pick and choose their targets, and have a better scope of the situation. ZZQ. I mean, the only reason why he didn't land a 5-man overgrowth is because you don't count the AA's corpse. That's it.
Yeah.
He was already dead. Yeah. The very hits-up build from this Treant Protector, the Pipe of Insight as well, just being able to resist so much of the magic damage that was prior to this amplified by the AA, Ice Vortex, and YMO pumping that out in spades with the Maelstrom as well, auto attacks. You know, it's a lot coming out, but if you're able to survive through the initial burst, we can see Team Zero, they have the sustained damage over time, just tricks of the trade over and over, beyond the coming in over and over again. And we don't even need to talk about the Queen of Pain. She's been monstrous so far.
Beyond looking for more again, but TK has to use that BKB to get out. That doesn't feel too good at all.
Yeah, well,
it is only your support BKB,
yeah,
so well, maybe, you know.
Not too bad. It's actually working on a Crystallis and a Daedalus.
He's working on the whole Daedalus.
He's like, you know, my carry's not doing the carry, and I'm gonna take matters into my own hands. Jonah, once it's like what we said. He's looked very strong on this Wraith King. Sure, he's the highest net worth, but it doesn't really matter because if you skirt around the rest of the team, you kill them all off, there's not much you can really do.
Yeah. Yeah, Wraith King is getting kited just a little bit, and you're seeing all that come through to play from Team Zero. I mean, Muerta can't hit him. Treant Protector, invisible, nice shot,
Wait.
flying around, quad,
Hang on.
blink.
I have a
Yeah.
question. What
Okay.
happens if Wraith King gets Aghanims and you kill the Brewmaster? The Brewmaster's in Wraith form, but then he pops Primal Split. Do the Brewlings just survive through it? Because technically that's not the
That's a
same
good
unit,
question.
right?
I don't think so. I think they die instantly.
That would
after
be...
you die.
I think that would be illegal. Like, you're basically messing around with the laws of life and death at that point. ZZQ, uh-oh. They seem to know he's in the area. Chop him down to size. That tree doesn't stand a chance. Lumberjack cosplay from once there.
Another Deso charge from once. Now he's up to 6, baby.
Forcing the BKB out from Killer. He's running after them, but that's... I mean, they'll look at Ice Ice now. Force that pierce the veil out with the dust. Muerta in some trouble. The buyback from ZZQ. I don't know how long Muerta is for this world though. Starting to get worked down. Here comes Beyond on the backline again. It's a call onto him and it's so much damage. The park. That's the Aghanims coming to play. It's a huge scream though. Finally taking down the AATK. Doesn't have a time lapse and he should be going down. ZZQ. Oh, the Overgrowth and the Queen of Pain. Oh, just disconnects.
I think all the little screams crashed TK.
I wouldn't be
'cause I had
surprised.
a little bit of lag there too.
I mean, this game has been... There's so many things going on in these engagements. Okay, let's take stock of this situation. Okay? The puck still looking relatively healthy here. Might be able to contribute, but... Wraith King's in a bit of a rough spot. CTY, he's just... Trickster the traded over him right now. 7E still has the Hex and the BKB in the back pocket. Killer, you don't really have much else to offer outside of the Primal Split that's already used. This is kind of looking like... Go along. The Wraith King might be in trouble here. Still has the BKB.
They're gonna stand and fight for as long as they can here. But I don't know how long that's gonna be.
He's holding on to this for now. 70 pops his. Still trying to stand and deliver on this Wraith King. On his last legs here. Doesn't have much life to work with. He's gonna get worked down. And Killer TPing out on the side. Oh man, the Hex catches him off guard and less of a bear and more of a pig. Gonna get worked down by ZZQ. That's revenge for all the bamboo you've eaten, probably.
Nice little gem for ZZQ as well. Things are looking up for Team Zero.
Straight into the Roche Pit. Unfortunately, it's a bit of a longer spawn, so won't get anything for now. But they can start pushing these waves out. Potentially even breach onto high ground. They've yet to really touch this tier 3 just yet. And make an attempt at it.
Once again, that fight, the big winner being the Quap. 70 doing 14,000 damage out of the 21,000 damage that fight.
Woo.
I don't know. This Aghanim Scepter on Quap with all of the skeletons and all of these heroes, it really adds up and it shows as well.
70 able to blink out, sliver of HP there. That's a living armor coming into play. Very nicely done. 8 living armor, bonus armor. That was definitely what made the difference there. You can imagine those auto attacks coming out from the park would have just done him in if not for that.
Regeneration.
And maybe if Wymo had the Gleipnir completed, we would have seen a dead Quap, but I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe it still wouldn't have mattered, but...
Yeah. Important thing
see.
to note for Wymo is that he does have the Mindbreaker, so this could definitely catch the Riki or the Queen of Pain by surprise.
Yeah.
Hasn't proven to be a problem so far because with that Kaya Sanj, she's just been so sustainable. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Killer. Not where you want to be. Forced to pop the BKB again. This Brewmaster. I mean, Killer, sure, he's had some great moments this game with the split, but I can't help but feel like there have been time after time where he's just been caught out. Now it's the Puck's turn. Blink forward and the Hex. But Beyond, he's just standing around here. He should be fine to go through the tree line, but now 7E, caught by the coil, needs to blink away, manages to do so. CTY on top of the Puck, and Wymo doesn't stand a chance. No buyback for that Puck. And Killer dropping low on the Brewlings, needs to escape with the Storm. But Outsider, oh, he's just gonna get destroyed here. It tossed Beyonder up to the sky, but TK has to pop his BKB just to go up against CTY. Meanwhile, front line, scream out onto one, sets the first life down. 7E has another blink away. Killer gonna pop the cheese, but he's not long for this world. Gonna get taken down, and CTY with a triple kill. The Riki, it took him 45 minutes, but he is cooking right now, looking to make it an ultra. Beyond will be the one to claim it here, but they wipe out 4 on the side of Go Along, and they're headed straight for the pit.
Sneeze, what was looking so strong from Go Along, it took one high ground flop for Golong to be now completely behind. Ice has fully transitioned into a core, has finished up the Moon Shard on top of that Silver's Edge and everything else. So Muerta is very hard to deal with on top of everyone else from Team Zero. And now Ricky with that Aegis as well. Oh. I don't know how Golong can really defend their high ground here. Like, their high ground isn't too bad, but it's not too good either.
Yeah, the extended fights favor Team Zero. We say this time and time again. The vision advantage that they get just from killing the AA. These two supports, they can't even maneuver the fight. On the flip side, it takes so long for them to kill Ice, who's scaled up to the point of a Silver Edge, Hurricane Pike, and a Moon Shard as well. It's able to stand and deliver so many disables coming out from this duo. The Treant Protector, some killer overgrowths coming through as well. And now with the Swift Blink, CTY ready to put a close to this game number 1. Team Zero, they were biding their time. They looked behind. And every single time they were down, it was there. Beyond holding them down. But now it's a coil. Ice Blast as well. Beyond in some trouble. The stable offlaner popping that Dark Ascension up against TK. Forced to pop the BKB and the time lapse out. The Queen of Pain blinks in to cause them some havoc. And they're not able to finish the kill off on this Night Stalker. This Dark Ascension, they can still keep going here. Ice wants to keep sieging the high ground. It might not be a pause 1 Muerta, but it's shooting these racks like it is.
And Muerta's your best, very weird to say. Your position for Muerta is your best sieging hero on the side of Team Zero. You don't want to throw Ricky up there unless he's hitting a hero. Same thing about Quab and Beyond. Beyond can hit high ground, sure, why not? But you know, the potential danger there with that BKB still on cooldown for a little bit longer. You know, Beyond, no reason to jump high ground and potentially die. Feed your second, third highest net worth hero away like that. Ice is actually catching up to him. That's very surprising. I mean, not too surprising because Muerta's crazy farmed, like farm crazy, but you know.
Team Zero here with the initiative. 3 more minutes on this Aegis. Could just start cleaning up these racks here, but don't really have the best high ground push. We'll need to get a pick off or two. That's why Go Along are just hugged tight like a bunch of kittens in the winter. Yeah, well, yeah, Killer. I mean, he's been popping this BKB so liberally. I think that's the point I was trying to make before the whole fight started. Like, this Brewmaster, you know, he has 11 deaths. Sure, I understand it's been a hard Brewmaster game, but it feels like a couple of times they give him this Aegis. The mileage that they get from it doesn't feel significant enough. And it's in those moments where, you know, you think about maybe the Puck Aegis or maybe even the Wraith King Aegis. That would have been so much better for them in those situations.
Okay, once has Aghanim Scepter. This might be the game changer.
Yeah. Whether or not your AA dies, will still be able to get the Ice Blast off. They're onto CTY right now, forcing that jump away. Slides back to his teammates and Manta's out of vision. TK trying for the chase though, forced the time lapse out just out of fear of that Queen of Pain. But already they got what they came for. They take the racks. A Wraith King is not gonna be a factor if you don't kill him, right? They don't. They just go in, get the buildings and out. Not worried about that in the slightest. Beyond has an AC of his own, so cancelling that out from the Wraith King.
Ricky just finished a Daedalus.
Yikes.
I don't think he really has room for it now. It's just going to be in his backpack for a little bit longer as he waits for that Aegis to expire. He could always backpack the BKB. Yeah, he's going to.
Looks like Team Zero don't want to go anywhere here. It's still nighttime for another 3 minutes, and that's just about how long they have the Aegis as well. Technically, plus 1 minute. I can't do the math. It's fine. We get the idea. Team Zero, this is their moment of power, right? They want to finish up this last lane of racks, Go Along in a very, very difficult position to win. You take a look at the graphs. It was in Go Along's favor for the mid game, but just off those couple fights, thanks to that Queen of Pain Aghanims, like you said, the vision advantage from the Night Stalker, they just can't get the targets that they want. They can't finish these kills off. They're lacking, I dare say, a bit of damage.
It feels weird to say, especially when Puck is built right-click, Weaver's building a Daedalus, and I mean, Wraith King is the king of right-clicks. Look at this smoke play, though, from Team Zero.
Very cool. They set up vision.
Sneaky.
They don't know this just yet. And straight onto Killer. Does he have a chance at survival here? Immediately into the Wraith form. As the Primal Split, not gonna pop it. Ice Ice on the front lines just shoots down the AA as well. They're starting all to melt. The buyback comes up on the Brewmaster, it's forced, but Wraith King already losing his first life on the top side. DDQ rooting up the park, and he has to jaunt away, desperately trying to make it out of here. CTY cleans him up. They finally get the Primal Split off and the BKB, but 70, he's doing so much damage. Here comes Beyond. The tag team duo is real, and they take down the Wraith King. Everyone's dropping on the side of Go Along, but nobody's falling. Team Zero, they preserve all their heroes here, dancing around the fight, and GG is called. Go Along don't stand a chance when you have 2 lives, 3 lives, buybacks, and it's all not enough. All you can do is throw in the towel as Team Zero take this game number 1 in style.
That last fight was just all Team Zero, right? Starting off on the Killa, I mean, we've seen it time and time again during this game.